Good afternoon, dance teachers. Hayley here from the Dance Teachers Tribe. I wanted to hop on really quickly today and just go through my 5 top tips for retaining your pupils. Now, it's more important than ever because we're in the middle of a global pandemic to retain our pupils, to give us that bounce back after lockdown and the pandemic is over, because there will be a recession. So we want to try and retain as many pupils as possible, just to give us that little safety net that, we've got a good solid base of pupils to keep our schools going once everything returns back to a bit more normal. And so top tip number 1 is progression. The key to keeping your parents invested in their children's dance classes is progression. They send them so that they know they're learning something, so they're getting something. They want to see each week that their child is progressing. And we see each week that the child progresses in class, but because parents don't have the opportunity to view the classes, and it's often a long time between pupils taking exams and annual showcases. So it really is our job to communicate the progress to the parents to help keep them invested in the value we bring to their children's lives. So little things like dropping an email to let them know how they're getting on, a little post-it note, a voice note is lovely. Just giving out a little sticker at the end of class, because as soon as they walk out with that sticker over the top, their mum or dad is going to ask them what they got their sticker for. So, it's again just seeing that their child is accomplishing something, they're progressing, they're getting somewhere. So what ways can you recognize your pupils' progressions, and how are you going to share this with your parents? Is top tip number 1. Apologies, that's my dog in the background. And so number 2 is feel good factor. So when we accomplish something, a little chemical is released into our brain called dopamine, and it gives us a real joyous feeling. And it is kind of like a reward to ourselves, and it gives us a really good feeling, and it makes us want to be successful again. And when you're setting your students' tasks, you've got to make sure that they're achievable. If you set the bar too high and they're constantly not ever achieving or accomplishing anything, they're not going to get that release of the dopamine. And those little hits of dopamine will keep your students loving their classes and coming back to make more achievements week on week. So set little goals. Obviously we've got big overall goals we want to achieve, but give them little goals that they can work towards, just to give them that little sense of achievement. And so, how can you do that? What goals can you set your pupils, to replicate that same awesome feeling for them? With my little ones, just something as simple as they've got an attendance tracker, and they get a sticker each week, and we stick it in their attendance tracker. They love it. They love collecting this. It gives them a real sense of pride that they've come into their class like a big boy or girl, and they've got their sticker for coming to dance. So top tip number 3 for retention is community. And this is my favorite one, because people just love to feel included. They love to feel valued and to be part of something. And creating a sense of community within your school, just make sure students and their families feel like they're at home. It is like a second home, isn't it, for many of us? The more they feel connected to your school, the longer their connection will last. Events such as family parties, end of term presentations, getting involved in community events such as school fetes, will all help just build that sense of community. So have a think, what events can you incorporate into your dance calendar to grow your community? At my own dance school, we have an annual presentation, a showcase, we have an end of term party, which the kids all love, and they love getting together without being in class. It's not just about the things you do in class and the things for dance. It's the extra things you do, like a summer barbecue or a slumber party, things like that, just, that sets you apart from everyone else. So the next top tip is opportunity. So one of the things that I absolutely loved most about my dance classes as a child was all the amazing opportunities I had and all the memories I made, which I still really cherish today. I've particularly fond memories of being able to perform at Her Majesty's Theatre as a child, and with all my friends, we just felt so special being in like a real West End theatre. It made us feel incredible, and it was opportunities like that that made me stick at my dancing. And if you can create fantastic opportunities for your pupils within your school, it's going to build amazing memories for your pupils and their families. Competitions, shows, being a class assistant. I used to love helping out in the little ones classes when I was a dancer. So what can you do to create long-lasting memories for your dance families? And finally, top tip number 5 for retention is equality. So naturally, there are dancers that are more gifted than others. There's dancers who pick up choreography really quick, dancers blessed with natural flexibility, beautiful feet. I was neither of those. However, every pupil deserves to feel they're an equal part of your school. And this is where many schools go wrong. You need to create chances for dancers of all levels to feel valued, and that will ensure that your dance school caters for everybody. And anyone who possesses a love of dance, not just those who have a natural flair, will feel at home and a part of your community. I mean, after all, no matter what skill level we are, you know, we all are capable of feeling that amazing euphoria that we get from dancing. You know, whether you're a really good dancer or a dad dancer, or whether you have to completely do left feet, you know, or whether you can just step touch, we all get that amazing feeling from dancing. So how can you make all your dancers feel like equal members of your dance school? And I would just love to hear, you can comment below, how you think you can implement some of those 5 retention tips into your dance school. And be sure to subscribe and head over also to our Facebook community group, the Dance Teachers Tribe, and share your ideas with the community. Have a great day, everyone, and keep on dancing.